November market numbers are in for Lafayette Parish. And typically speaking, traditionally we see home sales dip off for the winter months, particularly for the holidays. You get some dreary weather that'll pop in. This November is quite similar. So let's jump right on into the stats. So we had 240 homes closed compared to 230 homes closed in Lafayette Parish. Difference was right at 5% change between the 2 months. I'm sorry, 238 compared to 261. That was a 9% change. I misspoke. Dollar volume, that is telling us a little bit of a similar story. Let's go pull this guy up. Dollar volume. We had 70 million.021 compared to 72 million.992. That is a difference of 4.9%. So we had a little bit of a dip in the dollar volume, a little bit of dip in the closed sales. Relatively speaking, right now, closed sales are actually trending to be able to pass what they were this time last year. So just over 5% on the closed sales for the, just over 4% and just under 5% on the dollar volume. So we are running pretty neck and neck when it comes to where we were this time last year, but it looks as if we're going to end up beating out the year. And some of the things that we actually take a look at is what's happening with supply and demand. So demand this year, new listings that are coming on the market, we had 295 homes come up for sale compared to 280 homes that came up for sale. That's a 4.98% increase compared to the homes that were out there. We're still up about 5% on the year as far as new homes that are coming up. But what was really interesting this year was pending sales. If you look, 197 homes sold this time last year compared to 253. That's an increase of 27%. So while folks are talking about the Fed cutting the rates and things aren't moving, there's actually been a good bit more home sales that have gone under contract, substantially more than there were this time last year. So dollar volume, what does that look like? How's our price points working out? We are dollar volume, sales price, average sales price, 291,000. I'm sorry, basically the same thing. 279,663 compared to 291,755. That's actually an increase on our dollar volume by 4.3%. So, I'm sorry, of our average sales price by 4.3%. Available homes for sale is roughly the same, less than 1%. Available homes that are coming on the market this year. Moving forward, our mortgage rates has been the hot topic that's popped up. Federal funds rate dropped again, 0.25 basis points. With what ended up happening, again, we ended up seeing a little bit of a hike in the mortgage rates. We're still seeing low sixes on 30-year fixed, mid fives on government like your FHA, your VA, and your rural development. So trending forward as far as December, we'll probably see an increase in sales compared to where we were this time last year based on the number of pending homes that went through. We had a substantial amount of them that came through. More than likely, we'll probably see an increase for the year for our for Lafayette Parish moving on into 2026. So if you're interested in finding out what your equity position happens to look like, feel free to give me a call on my personal cell, 337-658-5690. You could shoot me a DM. Or at the first link below, if you're interested in finding out what's going on in your zip code, not quite ready to be able to commit to that, check it out. We'll be able to update you what inventory is looking like, what median sales prices are looking like, what's the market happening in your zip code. So free of charge, no obligation. Check it out. See you next month.